In hip-hop, there are a lot of characters. We got the savages, we got the sweethearts, we got the wholesome rappers, we got the wise rappers, and hell, sometimes rappers change from one to the other as the years go on. Think Kanye, then Kanye doing My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, then Kanye now. Or Vic Mensa at the beginning, and Vic Mensa now. Point is, there's a lot of characters in hip-hop and different roles one could pick to play. One of the most notable characters in hip-hop, though, is the freaky, dangerous, independent woman. Think Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, and most recently, Meg Thee Stallion and Mulatto. A long-standing trope in hip-hop, the bad, super freaky female has spoken to audiences as a powerful female force of individuality, strength, independence, and much more, even if sometimes done so in a very extreme and over-the-top way. She holds power over men, what many in today's political sphere see as the ultimate oppressors of women, by using her sexuality to overcome them. She basks in having sex and doing the craziest things sexually or otherwise because she is, quote-unquote, supposed to be doing something more submissive and appropriate. This trope has become a big one in hip-hop and even goes beyond the genre and culture itself. Loud, powerful, in-your-face women have always been a staple in a lot of genres and mediums because they go against the grain of what a woman is quote-unquote supposed to be like. Women from Cleopatra, Queen Elizabeth, Queen Nzinga, and more fill up the history books with prestige because they overcame the circumstances in their era, which was something that was especially hard to do because of their gender. But it wasn't just their gender that made them famous. I mean, their intelligence, cunning, and charisma are things that can be praised regardless of whether you have balls or a vagina. If we look at entertainment, there's examples like Mulan, Hermione Granger, and much more. All of these women are intelligent, willful, and pretty successful people in their respective stories. Point is, the women that goes against the grain is a staple of art, literature, and history. So it makes a lot of sense to see it in hip-hop as well. Although this is a common trope, in hip-hop, it's taken a specific look that resembles Meg Thee Stallion and many of her sexually free counterparts. In hip-hop, which is a very masculine genre that's filled with boasting, bragging, and at times violence and lots of competitiveness, women have always felt the need to take on a more masculine frame to fit in. The way the women are sex crazy and in your face about it seems like they're trying to make up for their quote-unquote submissive femaleness, sometimes by acting extremely masculine. Now, I wasn't born yesterday, nor am I some conservative boomer. I know women can be just as freaky as men, and even the sweetest, most innocent girl can have a mind that resembles the inside of a dirty strip club. And that's fine, so long as there's balance, of course. If you're a freak, you're a freak. I won't judge you for it. Even then, it's still apparent though, that a lot of women seem to overcompensate sometimes, and the embrace of the freaky kung fu bitches from hell in hip-hop by the culture is interesting at the least. I mean, think about it. There are a lot of other females in hip-hop that don't do any of those sexual things, but they barely get a mention. Female rappers like No Name Gypsy, Rico Nasty, Tierra Whack, Snow the Product, and much more aren't really sexual, if at all, and are extremely talented, but don't get a lot of attention. Lauryn Hill is regarded as one of the greatest artists to ever do it, and rightfully so, and she never bore any of those traditional sexual trappings, but it's interesting to note that as she was on the decline, which to be fair was partly self-inflicted, Beyonce, a more industry-standard artist, was on the rise. When Meg was on the rise, people were heaping praise on her all over the place. She was strong, independent, free, talented, lyrical. She went to college while holding down a career, and she could rap just like the boys. And that's all fine, but people acted like the attention she was getting wasn't because of her sexuality primarily. Plenty of other female rappers that aren't sexual in their image were just as good as Meg, if not better, but barely got a mention. So what were people praising, and why were people paying attention in the first place? It seems to hit independence and fame as a woman in rap, you gotta add the twerking part to it. Point is, it's clear one is getting more attention than the other. Of course, people will mention that sex sells, and that's true, and that's part of it, but men boast equally about their sexual escapades, but we don't see a super freaky deaky male trope the way we see with women. Then again, you can also say it's a matter of double standards. Men are expected to be sexually depraved and crude, whereas women are expected to be wholesome, restrained, and submissive. So when a character that goes against the mold comes out, it draws more attention than ever. If we go back in history and we take a look at the music, we can see the common lyrics and the types of beats that these super freaky deaky kung fu bitches from hell use in their songs.
Tell me how many licks does it take till you get to this and the other? How many licks does it take till you get to this and the other?
If you driving in the street, hold on to your seat. Niggas grab grab your meat while I ride the beat. And if you see a shiny black Lamborghini fly by ya, that's me, the night rider, dressed in all black with the gat in the lat. Lunatics in the street, gotta keep the heat. 60 on the bezel, 100 on the ring. Sitting pretty, baby, with a cash money bling. 12 a.m., I'm on my way to the club. After 3 bottles, I'll be ready to fuck. Some niggas even put me on their grocery list, right next to the whipped cream and box of chocolate. Designer pussy, my shit come in flavors. High class taste, niggas got to spend paper. Lick it right the first time, or you gotta do it over.
Nick, better grab a seat. Grab on your dick as this bitch get deep. Deeper than the pussy of a bitch 6 feet. Stiff dicks feel sweet in this little petite. Young bitch from the street, guaranteed to stay down. Used to bring work out of town on Greyhound. Now I'm billboard bound. Niggas pressed to hit it. Play me like a chicken, thinking I'm pressed to get it. Rather do the killing than the stick up jokes. Or rather count a million while you eat my pussy. Push me to the limit, get my feelings in it. Get me open while I'm coming down your throat. You wanna be my main squeeze, nigga, don't you? You wanna lick between my knees, nigga, don't you? Wanna see me whipping your 3 down the Ave? Blow up spots for bitches because I'm mad.
Mama D in the outer, I call him Dabby like doubters. He like it when I get drunk, but I like it when he be sober. That's top of the top, but I never fuck with beginners. I let him play with my pussy, then lick it out with his fingers. I'm in the zone. By the way, what he say? He can tell I ain't missing no meals. Come through and fuck him in my automobile. Let him eat it with his grills. He keep telling me to chill. He keep telling me it's real that he love my sex appeal. He said he don't like I'm bony. He wants something he can grab. So I pull up in a jag and I hit him with the jab like dun 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 dun.
My anaconda don't. My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
Bitches getting beat up. Slim waist, ass fat. My shit is caked up. My bad bitch activate without no makeup. That collard greens, cornbread, neck bone, back that. Get it from my mama, and you don't know where your daddy at. Nick nack, daddy whack, give a dog a bone. Put it on him, boy, your nigga never coming home. Flex like a boy, I'ma pop that pussy like you and pop that pussy in a while. Pop that pussy like poppin' pussy is going out of style. Pop that pussy while you work, pop that pussy up in church. Pop that pussy on the pole, pop that pussy on the stove. Make that pussy slip and slide like you from the 305. Put your tongue out in the mirror, pop that pussy while you drive. Spread them ass cheeks open, make that pussy crack a smile. Like your legs around that nigga, make him give your ass a child. With some neck, give me a check. Piss so good, make a nigga invest.
There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house.
I said certified freak, 7 days a week. Wet ass pussy, make that pull out game weak. Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Give me everything you got for this wet ass pussy. Beat it up, nigga, catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this pussy right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I wanna ride. I do a giggle, what is inside? Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. This pussy is wet, come take a dive. Tie me up like I'm surprised, that's roleplay. I wear disguise, I want you to park that Big Mac truck right in this little garage. Make it cream, make me scream. Out in public, make the scene. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this ring.
Gobble me, swallow me, drip down inside of me. Quick jump out for you, let it get inside of me. I tell them where to put it, never tell them where I'm about to be. I run down on them before I have a nigga running me. Talk your shit, bite your lip. Ask for a call while you ride that dick. You really ain't never got him fucking for a thing. He already made his mind up before he came. Now get your boots, hang your coat for this wet ass pussy. He bought off his ass mouth. Hear my shit so tight. When we fuck my pussy talk, I don't even say what's up. I just tell him what I want. Cause I got another nigga that's gon' do it if he don't. Attitude bad, pussy too good. When he say fuck me, I tell him fuck me good. Chase these niggas, I wish I would. Bad bitch like me, hoes wish they could. She a cast with me, I need gas to see. And I'm all with a daddy, she a bastard to me. You ain't fucking him right, bitch, pass him to me. Real niggas love me from the H to the D.
Overall, it's an interesting trope and an interesting role in hip-hop. It seems like it might always be necessary for a woman to adopt a highly sexual role if they're to be noticed on a large mainstream scale. This is based on the market. I'm not commanding women to do this before you Twitter crazies come down my throat accusing me of sexism. There's nothing wrong if a woman chooses to be sexual and embraces herself in that fashion either. That's her choice. You better be ready to deal with the consequences like an adult, but it's your choice. There's nothing wrong with women choosing to be submissive, traditional, and less brazen publicly either. That too is their choice, as an individual. But it seems that the industry and the way we as people in the market react to it, women have to flash some titties and ass if they want attention and say that this is their expression of their independence and strength. Except there's no need to do that to show it. No one would ever say that Michelle Obama is some bland stan who has no strength and independence. She's clearly a pretty intelligent woman, regardless of which political side you take. But she doesn't have to flash tits and ass to be so. Yet in hip-hop, the mainstream says that this is what it's all about. So let me know, what do y'all think about this situation? But Khari, what about young M.A.? Just shut up, man.